what I never understood about people who like to make the anthropologic argument that race is just a construct that's made up. Okay, so where do we go from here? Right? Like, and this is me responding to a comment, just kind of thinking about what they were saying, and meeting other people who kind of come from this standpoint of like race was just a construct that was made up, it doesn't exist. And I don't want to say was, because it is a matter of fact, but where do we go from here with that? Right? How are you going to sit here and justify, more importantly, how are you going to sit here and expect this construct that was made up by a group of people who sought to rule over another group of people? How are you going to expect the oppressed to then try to rationalize with this and be the ones to correct it? I don't understand it. Right? Like, but I really want to know, people who want to come from this, anthropology type of background, like, okay, where do we go from here? Because the color of your skin is going to determine what happens to you a lot of times. Okay. Where do we go from here? I was exasperated the other day. I stopped at Starbucks on my way out of the mall. I said, hey, I just want a cup of water. Mind you, I didn't have a problem paying for a cup of water, but generally speaking, I mean, there was no one in line. There was, and she was talking to her white colleague, and she looked at me and she said, we no longer give free cups of water, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Not a problem. But it wasn't a matter of the free cup of water. It was because I was Black. And if you're not Black, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. So where do we go from here? I really don't even like giving examples about my life and my experiences with discrimination, because it's just going to be invalidated. Microaggressions, discrimination and things like that, it's always just disregarded to those who, are on the fence of committing the acts. You don't really see it as a thing. But I genuinely want to know, where do we go from here? Okay, it's just a construct. Okay, and what? So do we get rid of the books? We, just move on with our lives. We live in denial. We live colorblind. Like, what is the solution to this particular type of argument? I genuinely want to know, what do we do with this information? What do we do with this? In modern society, in 2025, what do we do with this? What do we do with it then? Because for me, it's not liberating to know that. That doesn't liberate me. I think that liberates a lot of people from the responsibility and from the harsh reality. I think a lot of people would rather live in denial, quite frankly.